We are Year 10 from James Roos. This is our High Resolves project, Project REFuGe. The focus for our project was to dispel myths about refugees and asylum seekers and welcome them into the Australian community. Thus, Project REFuGe was born. First things first, we wanted to get involved with the school community. We wanted to hold an event at Roos so we could test the waters for our community project.
Okay, so we started off our project by taking advantage of a whole school assembly. We prepared a speech which aimed to enlighten people about the plight of asylum seekers. They are driven away from their homes by war, poverty and fear, and it's really an issue about humanity and not a political issue, and that was the message that we were trying to send across through that speech. Later we then hosted a Free the Children event in which there were dolls stuck in a net, and each doll represented a child in detention centres, and so the aim of the event was like a metaphor that we want to free those children from detention centres. On the same day we got over 150 petitions signed, all addressed to our local MP, Julie Owens, each of them demanding that the treatment of asylum seekers in detention centres is changed and that children no longer have to live in harsh, unbearable conditions in those detention centres.
But just holding an event in the school was not enough. We went online to spread our message.
So the marketing stream was in charge of creating a logo for our project. So we had several prototypes, but eventually we decided to focus on one single thing that we wanted to represent ourselves and our project cause. So we came up with the idea of a key in the shape of Australia. And on the key we had ridges symbolising our logo, which is Project REFuGe, raising equality for future generations.
So through our social media project, our main goal was to try and get the general public to see past that political veil about refugees and come to terms with the fact that, they're human people just like we are.
So through our Project REFuGe on Facebook, we were hoping to basically give people and the general public of Australia an opportunity to really break through the political lies and really look at the humanitarian side of refugees and really get to know them as people. We reached that by doing things like sending out text-based images, some myth busting, as I talked about before, and just general things like that. And some other things we did were we promoted other articles to really bring the community together. We got our shout out from Amnesty International, thank you, and we also got onto the Parramatta Sun. I think a big milestone for us was the 400 likes on Facebook, or over 400 now, and we've reached over 800.
The final stage of our project was to bring it into the real world, into the community of Sydney.
So our aim as the contact crew was to reach out to other organisations in the community that worked with asylum seekers or kids in detention centres. So True House Theatre is an organisation that we first reached out to that aims to help kids that have just been released from detention centres to get through their lives, to battle through society and everything else that is new to them. They have a lot of therapy sessions, and those therapy sessions usually include performing their stories out to the public or to people who watch their shows. We were very lucky to have Catherine, one of the directors, to come over to our school and actually talk about their therapy sessions and how they work, and especially, most importantly, what we can do to create a better future for them. Our second organisation that we reached out to was Chill Out, and Chill Out was actually very helpful. One, because we got to host one of their events at our own school, their Free the Children event, which involved the nets and dolls, which represented the children and asylum seekers. We also reached out to Miller Technological High School. So they have a lot of students in the intensive English centre, and so many of them they have just been in Australia for 9 months. But the thing is, when we talked to them, when we listened to their stories, we just realised that they were kids just like us. They just wanted to be the same as us. They just wanted to live in our Australian society and just belong, And they held a forum, a very important forum called Student Voices, Journeys of survival, hope and belonging. And we learnt an incredible amount about the world of asylum seekers, the world about detention centres, and how a lot of myths and facts and things that we never really knew before. And I think the information that we learnt from that forum will stay with us for the rest of our lives.
Well, and that's been it so far for Project Refuge. But we're not done yet. We are planning to continue our community engagement by holding a Free the Children event in the community sometime soon. Look out for that, and thank you.